Hey everybody, we are 100% back. Hey, so sorry about that, but we have been hard at work here to bring Willow back to you. So sit down, get your popcorn, put your seatbelt on, and I'll bring you Vonnie Vaughn right now.
Oh my goodness, yes. Thank you so much. I apologize for whatever was going on there, but hopefully that is now in the past and we can get some Willow going. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna take another stab at this here. All right, and I hope we're ready on the time because we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and now. All right. Here we go. So, same stuff. Walking through town, walking by people. We don't talk to them. We don't need to. It's all kinds of flowers.
I love this town music so much. It gets caught in my head like right away.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. All right, we get our sword. So, one thing, interesting thing to explain kind of about this routing that I'm doing here. If you were going for like a world record attempt, it actually skips this sword here and it doesn't go to level 2 because there's an interesting strat, and I will explain on the enemies that are pertinent to this strat about what is done with them instead. But this is a much more marathon safe way of doing this. So these enemies on this screen don't always spawn, but I really do want them to because, like I said, I need that. Oh, come on. I need that experience, and this just allows me to get it all on the way. Oh, God, of course, I get it on the first time in the... No way. Come on. It's about a 50-50 chance of them appearing. Ah, there they are. Okay.
That's not 50-50 as far
That
as
was super rude. All right.
That's a lot of scrolling.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Oh, lots of lagging. Oh, man.
That's it's not you. Don't worry. We're working on it, everybody. You keep
Yep.
going.
Will do. Come on, Skull. Come here.
Don't worry, y'all. We'll get that sorted out.
Okay, good. All right. So now that we've gotten to level 2, and here we are in the village of Dew, we're going to have to go all the way down into the southwestern corner of this village to have a little chat with the village chief's son. He's going to give us a shield, which is essentially useless. We will never equip it or any other shields in this game for that reason, or for that matter. But really, we're doing this because it is it's an event trigger. We need to talk to him before the village chief will talk to us, and we need to talk to the village chief for a very specific reason. Y'all, the tech issues are getting worked on. Like, we get it. So
yeah, we got it behind the scenes here.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, enjoy these hot jams, enjoy the Willow, and enjoy Vonnie's dulcet tones of his voice.
Yeah, exactly.
That sentence ended incorrectly, but okay.
Right. That's cool. So now there's the village chief. We talk to him, and he gives us an item called the heal mace, which is essentially a magic spell. And this is something that we use strictly for marathon safety. It's going to make getting through this game not very problematic at all. Fingers crossed. Oh, Jesus. enemy I didn't expect to appear right there. Oh, goodness. Okay, that was really rude. Normally appears in the grass there, and I don't have to deal with him. All right, so we've got these big snake enemies here. Now, there is a way to boost through them such that you only get hit once. However, the positioning for it is extremely precise, and even then, it can fail just based on some, like, RNG stuff. So instead, we level up to level 2, which allows us to have enough MP to cast the Heal Mace spell. Normally, your max at level 1 is 17, and it costs 20 to cast it. So that's why we do that. But now we're going to do a Death Warp here. We're going to do several Death Warps throughout this game. Let's get the Snake Dance. No, not... Oh, okay, that's fine. All right. So we do Death Warps for 2 reasons. One is that it's going to move us to the next place we need to be more quickly. The other thing is that when you resurrect, you come back with full MP and HP. This is going to be critical for a couple of Death Warps that we're going to be doing later on. Speaking of Death Warps, for those of you that are familiar with this game, perhaps, you would know that when you die, the screen does a lot of strident flashing. Like, it just flashes black and white pretty quickly, and it can be bothersome. However, I am very fortunate to have a couple of people in my community that did some work on a ROM hack or a mod of this to take out a lot of the flashing that you're going to see. There's still going to be a couple areas where it'll come in. I'll try my best to warn you when that comes up so that if it is an issue, you have that fair warning. But big shout outs to Jiggly Saint and Dan Jia. They are really, really cool people who are able to do things that I certainly can't do with modifying these ROMs, and it makes it a much, much more pleasant experience to not have to deal with that flashing. So, we pick up a next sword upgrade. This is going to be the Battle Sword. Certain treasure chests, when you open them up, they will also give you something called the Light of Life, and basically all that does is it just refills your HP. Yeah, exactly.
So, Vonnie, all these areas seem like super mazy to me. Like, how much work did it take to memorize your way through all these caves?
Quite a bit, because there's very little in the way of landmarks, and I'm going to put further discussion on hold so I can concentrate on this boss fight. This can be a very tricky boss fight, so the timing here is pretty precise. Take my word for it. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Okay. For whatever reason, it decided not to cast the Heal Mace spell. Okay, so we get to do that whole thing again. That is really unfortunate. Wow, that's actually really annoying. I don't know why that happened. Oh, well. So, here... Well, okay. So I guess... Here's the good thing about deaths in this game, if there is a good thing, is that it doesn't completely rip your run. You can just you just go back to wherever kind of the last checkpoint, if you will, was. So the only thing that's unfortunate is anything that you do in a dungeon when you die, items you pick up, bosses you defeat, or experience that you gain, none of that gets retained. So, yeah. All right, so we got to go pick up the sword again.
I always love the little chibi sprites in the interstitial scenes whenever you pick up a thing or talk to an NPC or anything like that. It's super, super cute.
Yeah. Alrighty. Oh, you know what? We're gonna equip that magic now too. I don't know if it was because I equipped it during the fight that there was the issue. I don't know. That was weird. It just didn't cast the spell when I needed it to. That's okay. I'll just come right on back and do this again. Alright, so here we go. Here's Bogarda. Alright, let's see if I can do this right this time. Okay, well, I got it. It wasn't letting me cast my spell, which is very strange, but whatever.
Hey, a dead boss is a dead boss. We take those.
Yeah, I don't know why, whatever. Anyway, so we killed Bogarda, and we returned him back to human form, and he gives us the fire spell. So now we got to walk our way out. But we're going to want to do some damage boosts on the way, because when we get out, we're going to want to die as soon as possible. Now, again, like I said before, I can't do death warps in the caves themselves because it won't save everything that you've got there. So you have to do your death warps outside with all this stuff. So I'm taking a whole bunch of damage there that I mean to take. Ooh, we've got a plan. This is exciting.
We do indeed have a plan. I promise.
Okay.
And then after the plan is enacted, I have a donation for you, but I'm going to hold off on that for like 30 more seconds.
Okay. Nice. All right, so a death warp there. Oh no.
I think everything is a-okay now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I think everything's fine.
Cool. Hey, sweet. Thanks, y'all.
The stream went down for a hot second, but if y'all, well, if you can't hear me if you're not watching the stream be down, so,
Right.
you know. Well, welcome back, everybody. This is our, we're still doing Willow, and everything's stable now.
Yes. Fingers crossed. Right on. Hit me with that donation, Kat.
All right. Let me pull up my donation window. We've got actually 2 donations. Do you think I got time for that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool. We got $20 from Brot saying, "We never save Mad Mardigan unless it's for charity." And then Kios coming in hot with the movie quotes with $25 saying, "I am the law." Wrong movie, but you know, it's still Val Kilmer.
Nice. So yes, there is a donation incentive. It is a bid war. We're actually going to be cutting it off in the not too distant future, where we are going to encounter the swordsman Mad Mardigan, and we will either save him or ignore him. All right, so first we got to come in here. We talk to this lady. She says, "Hey, my bird pet has gone missing, and it's probably sick. So take these medicinal herbs to heal it." And we're like, "Okay." We are going to come across Bird Friend, and Bird Friend is actually very useful. So, but we got some walking to do here. So more about that donation incentive. So we're going to encounter Mad Mardigan probably about like, I want to say about like 5 or 6 minutes or so. And we can either, because the path that we do for this run, we don't need to rescue him. But we can if we choose to. So we can either save him or we can ignore him. And I believe save is like way in the lead. And I'll let you know. When that cutoff is.
I could probably find the answer to that for you. Let's see, what is way in the lead? Save is at $124, so if you really, really dislike Mad Mardigan, that bid war is still open.
What's the donation amount for ignore?
There is $0 on ignore, so that's...
Yeah, everybody wants to see Mad Mardigan save. Alright, that's cool.
If you want to see him ignored, you really gotta get there.
Yeah. Now, there's another donation incentive, and that's going to be something that you can donate for throughout the run, because there is a debug mode exhibition that I will do post-run that is extremely cool. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. All right, so coming up here, we've got an enemy that is going to appear because he's a jackass. We are going to try to despawn it, and we did. Okay, good. Sweet. All right, now coming up here is going to be a particular part of this dungeon which we refer to as the Hellway, and you will see why, or maybe you won't. Okay. 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 So, there's 3 of these kind of like, oh god, I didn't heal in time. Ah, dang it. Wow, this is... if only it was the tech issues that was...
Oh, no, there was, the NES lagged, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I think maybe my A button is broken. Anyway. Alright, so we're walking back. The estimate allows for a couple of deaths, so hopefully there are no more for the rest of the run. Anyway, so to explain that section of the game, there's 3 of those narrow corridors there, and there's a chance that skeletons can appear both above and below you and essentially just pin you in. Dodging them is extremely difficult, so we just hope that they don't appear. But when they do, then yeah, that can be bad. When your healing items actually work, like they're supposed to, then you can mitigate that.
We have betrayed by 2 healing items in this run so far, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, exactly. What was I going to say about this as well? So suffice it to say that because you don't if you're doing a PB attempt or a world record attempt or whatnot, you don't pick up that heal mace for safety. So that section of the game is a huge gatekeeper for doing runs, because it's extremely easy to die there if you get bad RNG. When there's just very little you can do about it. I mean, you're pinned in there. You can dodge them, but it's extremely tricky, especially if they move in a particular fashion. All right, we need to despawn this guy because we don't have the weapon yet that can even damage him. And what's worse is these ghoul enemies cast a spell which turns you into a pig, and they do damage to you. Now, the problem with being a pig is that you can't exit the screen while you're in pig form. And in some cases, it can last a very long time. So it is definitely worth it to take the time to despawn them. I'm going to make sure I have that heal mace on. And Hopefully it does not betray me this time. Okay, we're good so far. So there's 6 chances to get skeletons here, because you go down for the 3 screens and then you go back up for the next 3. The red skeletons are the ones that are most problematic because they do the most damage. However, as of course I'm talking about that, I just very smoothly juke him and get past him. So this is Matanda, the big cowardly dragon. He says, "Don't hurt me," and in exchange for that, I'm going to give you this thieves bracelet. And we're like, okay, we weren't going to hurt you. We were actually looking for some kind of bird friend. Matanda actually isn't friend with the... Okay, there we go. That was way early to do the heal, but I just wanted to make sure that it worked. And it did. Okay. The blue skeletons do like half the damage of the red ones, so these aren't nearly as problematic, but we dodged him anyway. Good. Okay. Phew. Oops, wrong way. So the cutoff for the save or ignore Mad Mardigan bid war is going to be, it's going to be when the next cutscene that I get to, oh no, I'm sorry, not this next one. But once I get outside, there will be a cutscene with a certain NPC. When that one ends, that is going to be the end of the bid war. Come on, just die. Thank you.
So, who is Mad Mardigan?
So Mad Mardigan is a vagabond swordsman who Willow encounters on his adventure to try to save the world. And he's very handsome. I mean, don't get me wrong. But he's also kind of a jerk, but he can be useful. Like... So, it's weird. Anyway. So that was Poe. That's the bird friend that we were talking about. We give him the medicinal herb, and he gets much better. And then in return, he gives us the ocarina item, or spell, if you will. And this is what we're going to use to teleport to certain locations in the game, which is definitely something very useful. So we get that. And then we're going to head out of the cave. And then as soon as we get out of the cave, like literally, as soon as we step out, we're going to get thrust into a cutscene. And then when that cutscene ends, we'll do a final refresh. So if you want me to ignore Mad Mardigan, you're going to have to come in with a big old snipe, and you're going to have to do it now. So this is your last chance. We just picked up the flame sword. We're going to do a little extra damage, but not yet because we can't. We need to get around this guy. There we go. Okay.
I'm eagerly refreshing.
Okay.
See if anyone came through to ignore Mad Mardigan. Are we at said cave or cutscene?
No, not yet. We'll probably be done with it in about like 30 to 40 seconds.
All right.
So yeah, so now is the time.
I see we're out of the cave.
Yes. All right, so now that all the fanfare is done, we have met the fairy Sherlindria, who basically says, hey, Willow, guess what? You're the chosen one. It is your prophecy to save the world. Take this magic cane, but it's useless right now. You need to figure out how to make it useful. All right, and with that, give me a final refresh and tell me what I'm doing.
All right, I'm refreshing the page now, and the answer is people really want Mad Mardigan to be saved.
So save him I shall. Thank you very much for everyone that donated for that. Now it is your mission to donate towards that Debug exhibition. because it is super cool, and you definitely do not want to miss it.
As someone who's seen the Debug Yep, that's the right word I'm going with. Exhibition. You want to see it. It's fantastic. It's better
super
than you can
awesome.
imagine.
All right, so what I'm picking up here is a very interesting weapon. This is a sword called the Devil Eye. The Devil Eye is only going to be useful in certain cases. I'll actually explain that a little more, because as soon as I go onto this next screen here, here's Mad Mardigan. Actually, if you look at the portrait over on the left, you see that big frown he's got. We refer to this as Sad Mardigan. Let's see if we can make Mad Mardigan happy again. So we're going to take a detour here.
He's so upset.
I know. That frown is just tugs on the heartstrings.
How could anyone ignore Mad Mardigan?
I know, right? Alright, so now we have the key, which is going to unlock the shackles that bind poor Mad Mardigan. Yeah, we don't need to deal with those skeletons. No, thank you. Double no thank you. Alrighty. So here we go. So we unlock him, but look, he's still sad. He gives us a necklace, and it even says here, it's made of poor quality glass, and then he just disappeared.
Oh,
now,
no.
here's the thing. The reason why we had the bid war, like why we would even have an option to skip him, is because in this particular route, you don't need to turn in that necklace that he gives you. What we're going to do instead is we're going to break this game wide open in just a few seconds. But first we need to come to this screen here, because we need to tag this screen so it will allow us to use some of our teleporting spots with Bird Friend. So he's going to take us back to his house, which is where the lady gave me the herb. Alrighty. We're going to pop in here. Talk to the lady, gonna get a refill. Now, everybody, things are about to get extremely funky, so hold on to your butts, because what I'm about to do is take y'all on a big old trip by walking through that seam in the grass there, and we're gonna be walking onto screens that we really shouldn't be. You see, things have gone quite pear-shaped as far as this tile set goes. Oops, hello. Alright, so I have equipped the Devil Eye. Now, what the Devil Eye does is it allows me to damage what I like to refer to as, like, ghost enemies. So, like, these bubble ghosts here will only take damage from the Devil Eye. If you try to use any other sword on them, it will just go right through them. Conversely, if you try to use the Devil Eye on any enemy that isn't a ghost enemy, it'll go right through them. So, it's a little unique thing to have this specific weapon that is meant just for this kind of subset of enemies. So, to explain a little more about what it was I did there walking through that grass, and you saw kind of that funky screen color where everything was kind of blue and black, I essentially did a wrong warp. The entire map of this game is tiled out so that they're all connected in one way. Well, that place that I walked through was a place that you're not meant to be able to walk through. So I basically walked into the side of like a really tall tower, like about halfway into it. And I'll explain a little bit more about the tower itself in a second. But here we talk to this guy, and he's giving us the red crystal. Now that we have it, we can teleport back to Poe's abode. pop in for another refresh. And you know, all that funky stuff was so much fun. What do you say we do it again?
I mean, I'm here for it. It's in my name. I'd love to see more glitching, please.
All right. So now we're going to go down the tower. Like I said, we walked into essentially like right in the middle of it. We went halfway up, got the red crystal. Now we're going to go halfway down because we want to get to essentially the floor area or the outside of it. I do not want to see these bubble ghosts here. No, stop it. Okay, good. So we're totally going up the down staircase. Now, if you're coming in right now, everything seems normal, so to speak. It's really not, and I will prove it shortly. Let's use that to get you out of my way.
I'm a big fan of the lime green wood boards here.
Floorboards, yeah.
Wonder what kind of tree that came from.
Yep. Alrighty. The pistachio tree. Very abundant in Willow's universe. I don't know.
I thought it would be like a guacamole tree or something.
Oh, that's another good call. Yes, I like it.
Avocado was the word I was trying to think of, but it's late.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to pop into here. And we see Sweet Baby. This is Alora Dannon. She is the child that will bring the downfall of Bavmorda, and we need to protect her at all costs. Now, here's what's going on here. Normally, you're supposed to walk up to this area. There's a tower on the left and the tower on the right. You need to do the tower on the right, get the item there, then it unlocks the tower on the left. Well, since we've already got the item in the tower on the left, and that's really the only thing the game checks for, before you can go in and talk to Alora Dannon, we just completely skip the tower on the right. Okay, now, what's about to happen here is all kinds of wild, so hold on, folks. This is going to get really, really, really funky. So we're going to walk into this cave, and all of a sudden there's a boss. Big and scary, no thanks. We're going to walk out and then back in. Okay, this guy's big and scarier, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and take him on. And the reason why we can is because there's this invisible barrier right here that is going to protect him from getting to us. So we're going to sit here and wail on him because he can't get to me. But we're going to get to a point where we're just going to have mercy on him. And we're going to leave. Now, you might notice that on the left side of the screen, I've got these bars here, and they're very glitchy. And these are normally only reserved for when you fight bosses. In this game, there is a grind that you need to do because you need to get to at least level 13 in order to beat the game. You need over 39,000 experience to do that. I currently have a little over 1,000. I'm actually going to get to about like 50,000 plus experience over the course of the next minute or so. And I'm actually going to concentrate on what I'm doing here for a second and then explain how this works. Perfect. Oh, many, many, many glitches you detect.
I'm pretty confident this is working as intended. Thank you.
So, hold on. Let me get this second kill here because the rest are pretty easy after that. Okay. So here's what's happening. The reason why you see that... the bars on the right-hand side are because I carried them over from that boss that I kind of fought to near death. And I'm bringing it over here. What happens now because of this, obviously you're not intended to do this in the game, is that it's carrying out the boss flag along with it, and it's assigning it to the first enemy that appears on the screen. So, by triggering the boss flag for that boss, whose name is General Kale, what the trigger does is it's giving me at a little over 7,000 experience per kill, which means that, so what did I do? I just killed what, 7 of them? So yeah, that's going to give me a little over 50,000 experience all in one shot. Now, I'm going to want to do a death warp, but remember what I said before. If you die in a dungeon, it does not carry through after death. So we kind of need to quote-unquote tag ourselves outside. Unfortunately, I don't get to the levels that I need to until that experience counter rolls up to the threshold that it needs to be in order for us to get it. So we just kind of sit here and wait outside. We're going to wait for one more fanfare.
Willow's just sitting out here and just
vibing,
stronger.
You know,
feeling good about himself.
Getting some fresh air. As soon as I have that level, so I was at level 4 when I walked in here. I'm now at level 14. And all for what, like about a minute and a half worth of fighting? This shaves about like a good 15 minutes off the run. So now we do our death warp. Okay, so my HP max was like 90 something. It's now 234. Okay, I know that I'm pretty sure my voice is a little bit ahead of what's going on here, so there's going to be some interesting stuff going on here. But if you thought the funk was over, folks, you are wrong, because we've got a couple more things we need to do here. We need to walk back into this place. Big scary boss, no thanks. We're going to walk out, back in. General Kale again. Only this time, we're going to finish him off.
Poor General
right up, and we're just gonna keep flailing our sword and slapping him back and forth. Slap, 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 slap.
I do like how he just kind of bounces back and forth like he's stuck in a pinball machine for a while.
Indeed.
He wasn't worth 7,000 experience that time. Oh, yes, he is. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. You see it counting up. Alright, I'm going to go quiet here because this music here is some of the best in the game, and we pay it respect. Unfortunately, we don't get to hear a full loop of that music because we get through the cutscene quickly, but it's still awesome. It is a jam. Alright, so because we've done a wrong warp here, we're essentially going backwards through this whole area. That place where I fought that boss, the first one that you saw, that spiky one that I noped out on twice, that's normally supposed to be at the end of this whole network. So we're essentially going like up the down staircase here. So this is going to produce some kind of interesting routing things here. Actually, you know what, Kat? If you have a couple donations, actually, no, don't do that yet.
Oh, okay.
Let me just explain the item that I'm about to get. It's here that I get it, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, So what I'm picking up here is the fleet spell. This essentially allows us to exit dungeons. Very useful. Okay. Yeah, if you have a couple donations, now would be a good time.
Well, I can remind everyone here what we're doing.
That works too.
I think it might. Everyone, you are continuing to watch Questing for Glory, Hope, and Healing, which I'll keep mentioning. I kept erroneously calling Hope for Healing for a while, but we got it right now. And we are raising money for NAMI. If you're not sure what NAMI is, that's fine, I got you covered. NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization whose work is focused around 3 pillars: education and support, awareness, and advocacy. NAMI operates a national helpline available Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, which provides information, referrals, resources, and a compassionate, understanding, trained volunteer to support the caller. And if you're looking to donate and you don't know what to donate towards, because we do have donation incentives going, there is a glitch expedition. I can't say this word tonight.
I got you, Kat.
Okay. What? We have that going on after this run, and it's a little over. I don't want to say halfway there. Yeah, it is about $300 out of $500. Just need $200 more to see this game get even more broken, because what Vonnie has showed you doesn't even come near how broken this game can be.
That is an understatement, and yeah, that's something you really, really want to see. I love showing it off. It is wildly entertaining. So sweet.
Okay.
Okay, what?
I am seeing it as met now. I don't see the donations in the donation thingy yet, but it has certainly now been met. So someone, I was gonna say, an anonymous donor may have dropped $200 on that to get the expedition going. I don't know why. Exhibition.
Oh, I think I see him in chat. Okay, I see you.
Well, Ender W42, thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's all right. That's super cool. Very cool. Thank you very much. All right. So I want to explain what happened in that cutscene that was going on earlier. So the lady that I talked to there, her name is Finn Raziel. She is essentially like the counterpart, like the good counterpart to Queen Bavmorda. And Bavmorda turned her into like a little possum with her wicked magic. And because we have the cane, and because we are at least level 13, we are able to turn her back into her human form. When she does that, she bestows the cane the power it needs in order for it to unleash its full potential. And by its full potential, I mean damage phase 1 of the final boss. What we just picked up here is the Spectre magic. And I'm going to demonstrate it right here by going... I am now a squishy little slime. While you are a slime, you generate no threat in that when you enter a screen that would normally have enemies appear on it, they do not appear. We are going to use this magic extensively to make parts of this run extremely quick and safe. Whoops, what am I doing? Oh no, I actually went the wrong way there. Oops. Oh no! We're off too quick. We saw Dirt Mountain. We're going to see Dirt Mountain a few more times.
I love that enemy so much. It's my favorite enemy in the game. So Vonnie, if I may ask you a question.
Yes.
I just checked the leaderboard. There does not appear to be any percent glitchless runs. I'm actually genuinely curious. Like, 1, how long that might take, and 2, like, why do you think there's no runs with that?
Because, like I said, that you need to be at least level 13 to beat the game, period. Especially if you're going to do it glitchless. In order to do that, you need to grind. In order to get to level 13, you need, it's like 39,000, I want to say 300 some experience. That grind is extremely tedious and just not a lot of fun to do. So I think the reason why you haven't seen it, it's just not a terribly appealing category.
Fair. And if
That's
playing
that's
like
my estimation.
if playing casual, is that something that you'd have to do?
Yeah.
Or would you just kind of naturally get the experience as you play through the game?
Exactly. Yes. That. All
Got
right,
it.
we're going to. So, all right. So because we're going to see little slimy boy here so much, chat, I have a question for you. Now, obviously, you don't hear it in the game, but you would imagine that if you saw a slime like this in real life scooting around, it would make a sound as it scoots. What is the word that you would use to describe the sound that this slime would make as it scoots along? I always love asking this question because you get some great answers.
Those are some good ones.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call out my own answer because that's just rude, but I do like anything that sounds like schlorp.
Yeah, usually it is something in the schlorp category.
I had gone with splorch.
Splorch?
No L, sorry, sporch.
Sporch, okay. No! Damn. I wanted to kill that, but that's okay. So, these enemies that I'm killing with the Devil Eye that leave behind those kind of flashing pebbles, collecting those pebbles refills 10 of your MP, and we actually want at least 2 of them, ideally 4 of them, in order to have an extra cast of not only the Spectre spell, but also either a Thunder spell or a Heal spell if we need it. The Thunder Magic typically you only use in one specific section of the game, and that's it. So, damage. So that one's not like hugely important. Having the extra Spectre cast, though, is rather nice. Thank you, everyone, for indulging my question about Swiggity Swiggity. Thank you, everyone, for indulging my question about slurpy slime noises. It's always fun to get to see the responses there. All right, so into this very purplish cave we go. And we're going to talk to this bird guy here. He is a member of the Eagle Clan. He's going to give us a weapon called the Wing Sword. The Wing Sword is the most powerful sword in the game, but not yet. It needs to be powered up by his brother, who we will be encountering later on. I do not want to deal with you skeletons, please.
This game gives you a lot of items that don't do anything yet, doesn't it?
Yes. Yeah, you're not dealing with it.
There are 2 things I've noticed about this video game. One of them is that it aggressively does not want Willow to be the main character, and 2, it keeps giving you items that don't do anything as of yet.
Right. Alrighty, so that was a use of the fleet spell to just exit me right out of that dungeon. Ooh, good. This is going to give me another MP pebble. Dot M&M, whatever you would like to call it. I call them pebbles. Jelly beans, maybe. Alrighty, and it is going to allow us to use... Spleep! We are going to turn into Slimy Boy once again, and we are going to schlorp or splurp or swiggity swoogity, whatever you want to call it, along here in complete safety. You see no rocks are falling, no skeletons are appearing. anything like that. But this also causes the one of my favorite things in this game. I know I'm a little ahead, but so here we are. We're a little squirpy slime, and when you enter that cave, you hear the which are supposed to be footsteps, but we don't have any feet. We just have little splurpers.
Just missing that sound of like slime splashing down onto a step.
I know they miss an opportunity to have it like you know, like to have it sound like the schlorps or whatever you would like to call them.
Just really put some gross noises in the game. It's what it's missing.
Yep. All right, back to our exit spell because we're going to come in here and, Kat, what are we obtaining here? What are we getting?
What are we getting?
What are we getting?
I'm not sure. Let's see. Oh, we're getting my Crocs.
We're getting the witch's Crocs. That's all the witch's shoes.
This was the moment. I'm sorry.
Whoops, hold on. I'll show them to you here in the inventory. They kind of almost look like wooden clogs. But
those are Crocs.
We refer to them as Crocs because memes.
Look at them. All right, now I mean I am putting mine on. I bought Crocs for the sole purpose of wearing them during this run.
Yes.
They are uncomfortable. They cause your feet to sweat way too much. Do not buy them and do not wear them.
Very nice. I appreciate your sacrifice. When do we get the witch's jorts?
I am not buying any jorts.
No, jorts are, yeah.
I don't care how much Bonnie pays me. Not wearing jorts.
No, we will be jorts. This is a jorts-free zone. This is actually a good time for some donations if you have them.
Well, that $200 anonymous donation showed up with the comment of glitch Okay, I'm gonna do it this time. Don't help me. It showed up with the comment of glitch exhibition. Unfortunately, no more donations right now, and we have hit all of our Willow goals. However,
awesome. Thank you all so much.
We do have a Valkyria Chronicles language bid war coming up, and that's pretty close. Japanese is in the lead with $100, and English is at 25, and you can be the difference there. There's some naming incentives coming up for Lost Sphere. Lena's Inception seed name, which actually changes the way the world is generated. Like all the towns will be called like West and then the seed name and stuff like that.
Whoa.
And a lot of naming incentives for Final Fantasy VI.
Oh yeah.
And Hexaplex. Well, there's also the option to Hexaplex the train.
That Hexaplex sounds pretty cool. Alrighty, so we are going to... Oops, I need to get this on here. Let's see if this guy's... He is. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I need my... We need to... Perfect. Alrighty, and we are just going to slither our way up to a cutscene and then do a death warp, and everything is just going to be hunky-dory. So, yeah. So, to kind of explain what's going on here, we're basically at the end game. We've just got a couple more castles to go through, and then we're good. We need to do a little kind of event trigger conversation here with this lady. There's that big ominous castle in the background. That is Knar Castle. That is where our final confrontation will take place. And we will get there soon, but first, we need the sweet... We need a fireball to the face in order for us to 0 HP and go back to where we were. All right. So this town actually has a lot of people to talk to, some things to get, stuff like that. We ignore all of it because we just don't need it. So yeah, but now we go into the castle of Tiraslene. And we are just going to head straight for the boss of it because that's our business here. Kill the boss and trigger a cutscene, and that's it. So, we'll make our way there. Now those, that ghoul enemy that you saw there, the purple ones, they're particularly awful because their pig spell that they cast on you lasts like 3 or 4 times longer than the other ones, and that's just no fun. Okay, so there's this NPC here. This guy's name is Eric. Remember him. We're going to totally ignore him, but remember that Eric was there. So now we have a boss here that's just going to come, walk right up to me, and I'm just going to slap it around a bunch. Oh, there's a bunch of flashing here. I forgot to mention that. And we kill it. That was a perfect boss fight. Alrighty, so here we go in the door. And, oh no, we've been imprisoned. I love this here. Ha ha ha! I am Kale, as if we haven't met this guy twice already. I suppose he didn't tell us his name. I just kind of glitched my way and slapped around him. So, for all of you Mad Mardigan fans, we do talk to him again. Well, there's another cutscene with him later in the game. So, he's like, yeah, we're doomed. No, we're not. We just walk down to here, and here we have our one and only conversation with the brownies. This is Frangine and Rule. They are these tiny little humanoid creatures that are going to sneak their way in here, free us, and give us the powder of unrequited love, which is interesting.
Which
so
character
now that
is
we're
Val
done,
Kilmer?
Yep.
Is that Matt Mardigan? Is that supposed to be Val Kilmer?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
So now we have done all our business in there, so now we walk out. Indeed, the brownies are very funny in the movie, especially Rule. He is the one played by Kevin Pollak who uses the has the mouse hide for his headdress. His character is fantastic. Unfortunately, any conversation with the brownies, aside from that one we had there, is just a complete waste of time. So that is the only time we will see them in this entire run. This is a bunch of walking through and doing very little in this cave. We're just basically getting from point A to point B. So, Cat, donations, blurbs, incentives coming up.
See what we got. Well, I don't want to oversight the blurbs, but I can talk about. Let's see. Let's go with prizes today. That would be fun.
Oh, there you go.
Prizes are pretty cool. Let's see what we got on the docket for y'all today. Let's see. Right now, for Nier fans, we just saw Nier Automata. With that, it looks like this might be the only prize that's available at the moment. But it is a Emil head plush, which is actually kind of something I super want. And a minimum bid of $5 will get you in the running for that prize. Looks like we do have some prizes starting up soon, but you'll have to wait for those.
Do stick around, folks. The marathon, this is essentially, we are in the final day of the marathon, so for those of you that have been enjoying it all week and donating all week, thank you so much. But we're going to go out with a bang. That Final Fantasy VI run is going to be really sweet, so hope you all can catch that. I know I will be. Alright, so now we are outside, and we need to make our approach to Knar Castle, but we have a couple orders of business first, which is hopefully not dying yet. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Dirt Mountain, don't. Thank you. Dirt Mountain, no. Oh, no. Okay. Alright, so now this is the one and only time we'll use Thunder Magic. So these bubbles here, what they will do is if you allow them to stay on screen long enough, they will split and form two enemies. This is actually where you would do the grind if you were doing this glitchless, because you can just essentially, they just essentially spawn as many enemies as you need. The unfortunate thing is every time they split, they rob you of 10 MP. So they use your magic to do their thing, which is why that Thunder Magic, which is very powerful and will do a lot of damage, usually fatal damage to every enemy on the screen, just kills them right away before they get a chance to steal all my MP, do a bunch of damage to me, and just make my life more difficult. So, big scary guard here sees us splurp up, says, "Oh no, a monster," and summarily runs away.
I do love it. He runs from the slime. Of all the monsters you can run from in this video game or be afraid of that probably live around this castle, the tiny slime. Nope, that's it. I'm out.
Yep, exactly. Alright, so here is the other member of the Eagle Clan who's like, yo, nice wing sword. Let me make it powerful. So we now have the most powerful weapon in the game, as swords go, at least. Here we go. Alright, so now we've got that powered up. We gotta make a pit stop over to that Tirisline town that we were in, because we've got an item to collect. And then here's where we have kind of an amusing conversation because of what we do in the speed run. So we're gonna walk up here, keep walking. This town is very big, but we just walk north just to get out of it. Alrighty. So we come into this house down here. And this lady's like, "Oh, you've met Eric. Here, have this key." We're like, "Yeah, sure. Yeah, we've totally met Eric. Cool guy. Awesome beard.
We're like best friends."
Yeah. Yeah, we go way back. So yeah. Alright, now we can go to Knar Castle. But before we do, one last time, with feeling, we intentionally game over.
What a hero.
I know. This is now going to refill all of our MP and HP and will get us through the rest of the game, which is not... Oh, did I equip the right spell there? Oh, I suppose I got the speed. Yeah, I did get it. Okay, good. Alright, so here we are in Knar Castle. This track is pretty sweet, too. The music in here. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, thank God. Okay. There's a chance that if the path that you walk through that room isn't perfect, it can cast its piggy spell on you before you get a chance to leave, and that is a waste of, like, at least 45 seconds, to say nothing of the damage that it will do to you in the meantime. So definitely something you want to avoid at all costs.
Yeah, it turns into a little bit of a bullet dodging game at that point, right?
It does, yes.
That's
It will just,
less fun.
it will just stand there and throw these rather fast bubbles at you, and you just run around as a little pig and just try not to die. Alrighty, so this is going to be our last conversation with Mad Mardigan. It's also our only conversation with Sorsha here. Sorsha is the daughter of Bavmorda, who is turned away from her mother's evil ways because we accidentally hit Mad Mardigan here with the powder of unrequited love. He starts talking about all kinds of poetry. He sways her into being like, okay, look, we'll do what you need to do, you're good. So we walk through, and then here we go. For the 4th time, we confront General KO. Only now it's for real. And by for real, I mean we just kind of walk to his left and just slap him a little bit. And then there's a lot of flashing here, and he's dead. And that's that. Alrighty, we are going to make our final heroic charge to our confrontation, with Bavmorda, and you can tell it's heroic by the music, which is just awesome. Alright, I actually have a little time to explain how this fight with Bavmorda is going to work. So, I made reference to this earlier on. The cane magic that I got that was powered up by Fin Raziel. The cane is the only thing that will do damage to Bavmorda's first phase. But using the cane uses up MP. Now, if you use too much MP, and you essentially run out of charges of it to damage Bavmorda, you need to die and start over. So we're going to hope that that doesn't happen. Here we are, in Bavmorda's chamber. Alright, I gotta kind of concentrate on this.
Believe in the dream.
Thank you. So we can come down here to the corner and then just shoot to the left. Nice. Okay. Alright, so that's first phase down. Now, those little fireballs that she leaves behind, those can absorb your cane shots, so you have to be super careful. Now in the second phase, I can hit her with my sword, so it's all good. Time is going to... Oh, jeez. Alright, come on down. Time is going to be when her HP hits 0. And that is... time.
Hey, GG.
Thank you.
That was an underestimate.
I know, even with those 2 deaths. Oh, man.
That's fantastic.
It is. So, awesome. Yo, thank you everyone very much for all of those GGs. And now comes the good stuff.
Can I, before you go into the glitch stuff, can I read a donation or two?
Now is the time, yes.
Fabulous. So we have $5 from Sean141 saying, Vohio, Vonnie. Sean here. Speaking for Enemy, Lat, M, etc. RGL fam loves you, buddy. But I do have to say, this Nutopia 2 run looks very different than I remember last week. Love you, man. Hug the doggos for us. And donation goes towards the dark side ending in Star Wars. I think that may have passed? I'm not sure. And as well, we have $100 from Gramora just saying, I totally remember this part of the movie. Thank you so much, both of you.
Thank you both very much for those donations. That is greatly appreciated. Big shout outs to Gramora. Big shout outs to Retro Gaming Live TV. Y'all are awesome. Okay, so here comes the debug exhibition. So I'm putting in a very specific password here. Okay? So here we have Willow. He is in his starting town of Nelwyn. In fact, I'll even go to the screen where you start the game. This is it right here. Well, in fact, let's walk into his house. We go in here, and here's his loving family: his wife Kaya and his children Ranan and Mims. They'll refill your health, do whatever. Now, here we go. We're in the starting town. We're level 1. You can see we've got 0 experience. I'm going to go to here. I've got nothing. No sword, shields, magic, item, anything like that. Nothing at all. So what do I have? This is what I have right here. You see those 2 pink squares that popped up on the screen? Those are coordinates. Remember how I said earlier that the game is kind of laid out in, it's all tiled and connected together. These coordinates are going to take me to anywhere I can go in the game. Like, literally anywhere. So, Restreamer, please reset my timer. Because what I am going to do is I am going to do a run of Willow from beginning to end using this debug here. And so on my cue, I'll go ahead and have you start it. Go ahead and start it in 3, 2, 1, now. Oops, hello. Alright, so in order to beat the game, like I was talking about before, you need the cane and to be level 13 in order to beat the boss. And you have to have the cane powered up. Let's see here. I'm going to... Whoops, no, that's not what I want. I want to go right here. Alright, so I've picked up a sword, and this is going to look familiar if you remember from the run. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get Kale going here. And we're going to reduce him to near fatal. You needed to reduce him to near fatal in order to get that boss flag carry thing to work. So that's what we're going to do here. Okay, cool. And then here we go. This is 17. And then this is 10. Alright, so just like we did before, you see we've got that thing on the left. We're carrying the boss flag out. I'm just going to come here, kill these slimes super quick. I need to kill 6 of them to get the experience I need. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we're going to move down over here. And then we're going to go, whoops, no, 14. And then... Alright, now, this screen here, you might remember because I made reference to it as being the cutoff for the Mad Mardigan thing. This is where we would come out of that cave that had like Matanda and Poe in it. And this is where we're going to trigger the cutscene that is going to give us the cane. So we need the cane. We need to be level 13 and get it powered up. And then remember, in the second phase of the Bavmorda fight, we needed to kill her with the sword, which is why I picked up the sword. Not only that, but to also reduce Kale to critical HP. Alright, so now we've got our... Oops, no, we want to go this way. Now we've got our cane. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of damage here, because I am going to do a death warp here. But what we ultimately need to do... So right above me is the door to go in to see Finn Raziel. But because, like I was talking about before, I need to be outside to get all my experience. Because if you're anything less than level 13 when you try to talk to Finn Raziel, the transformation will fail. You'll just transform her into a different animal. That actually is a reference to the movie where Willow fails to do the transformation spell several times, and turns her into like an ostrich and like a tiger and all kinds of goofy stuff. So we don't want to do that here. We got to make sure we get to, it's about 39,300. Should be right about here. There we go. Alrighty. Here we go. So, we got the powered up cane. We are good to go. We just need to die real quick. And the reason we do this is because we want to refill. One more teleport to do here. We teleport directly into Bavmorda's chamber. Alright. Whoops, hello. Okay, we're good. Alright, and we just do this fight. You just saw me do this a couple minutes ago. Perfect. That one bump is fine. I've got plenty of HP. Alrighty, so first phase down. Alright, now you see the fire is way crazy here. Alright, get ready on time. Oh, jeez. And there's time. So, we have beaten Willow from beginning to end in what, like a little over 5 minutes?
Yeah, just barely. I bet you can't do it faster than that.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I bet you can't do it faster than that.
Really? Really?
Really? Really, I do.
What if I told you I'm about to do it in like a third of the time that you just saw?
I tell you, I'd say prove it.
Y'all, if you thought that run was crazy and funky and all that stuff, I'm about to take it up another notch or like 6. So hold on to those butts because this is about to be really wild. So, Restreamer, please reset the timer one more time. Appears you've already done so. Much appreciated. Alrighty. Enter in the password. Here we go. Alrighty, folks. Don't blink. This is going to be wild. Get ready to start that timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so it's going to start out the same way as before. We're going to warp into here. We pick up the Wonder Sword. This is the strongest sword aside from the Wing Sword. And it's super easy to get. So, this is why we do it. Alrighty. And then we're going to go here. And like this. And boom. And we are... Wait a minute. Whoa. Vonnie, dude. Whoa, wait. What are you doing with Bavmorda? You're level 1. You have no cane. What are you doing, bro? This is what we're doing. We're getting Bavmorda all riled up, and then we're equipping the Wonder Sword, and then we're just gonna poke at these slimes a little bit. Where we carry her boss flag onto these slimes, and by killing those, we trigger the first cutscene. No cane needed. We don't need cane. We don't need experience. Nothing like that. Here we go. Yeah, I'm not about to try to fight her because you see she's like all like funky up in the screen and stuff. So we're going to go right back to where we were. Come on down. Get ready on time because there it is. There you go, folks. Willow beaten from quote-unquote beginning to quote-unquote end in less than a minute and a half.
You've really shown me with this one, Bonnie Vaughn.
Yes, so that is your debug exhibition, doing things the game absolutely did not intend for you to do. And I always love doing that. It's just really fun. It's kind of like an expansion on the funky stuff you see me do with the wrong warp and the run, where you see everything all corrupted. And yes, it is very silly. It is very filthy. And it's also very fun. And I want to thank you all very, very much for making the donations to get us there. Before I go, big shout outs to everyone involved with the Questing for Glory and the RPG Limit Break staff. As a lot of you know, this is kind of like a de facto substitute for the RPG Limit Break event, which we normally do in person, which would have happened in May. We unfortunately did not do that. I'm missing it badly. So many friends in the community. There's too many to name. I miss you all so much, and I cannot wait until we can all get back together again. So hopefully that will be soon. Shout out to my host, Kat Glitchwitch, for being here. You always make this lots of fun. If you had a lot of fun watching what I was doing here, and you stuck around with the tech issues, which we appreciate, or if you enjoyed this run, you enjoyed what I was doing, anything, please be sure to give me a follow. I do appreciate that. I do all kinds of fun runs and play games like this on my channel. So if you enjoyed it particularly, I would really love to see you at my channel. So anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, my name is Vonnie Vaughn. I hope to see you all around very soon. And until next time, take care, folks.
Well, thank you so much, Vonnie. I do want to, before I sign off and pass it off to our lovely host, y'all might have seen when the experience counter was ticking and the money was ticking with it, just basically the same speed. I have one lovely, lovely donation here for you. It is from Vaxerd124. Donates $1,024, saying, just in time for debug mode, GG Vonnie. And I absolutely had to read this before Vonnie left us here.
I am so glad you did. That was from Vaxerd, you said?
Yes.
Oh my God, Vaxerd, my man. Thank you so much for that awesome, generous donation, especially during my run. That's super cool. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Awesome.
With that, I have been your lovely, lovely host, Glitchwitch. This is the end of my contribution to this lovely marathon, but I trust you'll keep watching. We have many more exciting things coming to you. This is not the end of the marathon yet. We still have, I want to say, what was coming up next? It was Valkyria Chronicles. That sounds right. And a lot more after that. So I'm going to leave it to the hands of the next host, and I will see you all in the future.
Take care, everyone.